Welcome back to day 2 of your 7-day stretching series. Today we're going to give all our love and attention to our hips, a place where we commonly hold stress, tension, and tightness. We'll focus on the areas of the hip flexors, the inner thighs, and the outer thighs, leaving you feeling more refreshed and at ease for the rest of your day. You may want to have 2 blocks with you today to help support some of the poses, or 2 books or some hard surface to help lift you up just a bit. But it's not necessary. You may also want a blanket or a cushion towel to set under your knees for some of the poses. But other than that, your mat and enough room to spread out. So go get ready, and I'll see you on the mat. Here's an affirmation for you today. I promise to give myself love, patience, and kindness this week. Today we'll begin in half butterfly with the right knee bent and the left leg extended out to the side, the sole of the right foot to the inner thigh. Now taking your left hand, reach up and overhead. Inhale as you do and drop the right elbow towards the floor. Exhale and bring that back down. Now take the right hand up and overhead. Inhale as you lift and stretch. And exhale as you lower down. Let's do that one more time. Lift the left hand up and overhead. Inhale for a beautiful side stretch. Exhale as you lower. Right hand up and over. Stretch and exhale, come back down. Now take the left hand and cross over to the right thigh with a twist. The right hand behind you with the palm pressed into the mat. Sit up nice and tall and maybe draw that right shoulder back. Now twisting to the opposite side, reach your right hand to the outside of the left leg or foot and fold forward, enjoying the stretch in the upper, middle, low back, and hip. Take a few breaths in and out here, allowing gravity to help you relax into the stretch. Now lift your head and turn your body so that it's straight towards that straightened leg, and walk your hands forward, hinging from your hips this time with a nice straight, long spine. Take a breath in and lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, allow the chest to sink a little bit towards your thigh. Stretching the hamstrings and the glutes here, which are so interconnected to our hips. Now tuck your chin to chest and just allow your body to roll forward, round the back, and melt your chest towards your thighs. Breath in, breath out, and then walk your hands back up. And we'll go right to the other side, half butterfly. Extend the right leg out with the left knee bent and the sole of the foot to the inner thigh. Bring your hands out to the side. Reaching the right hand up and over with a nice side body stretch as you inhale. And then exhale, bring that back down. Left hand up and over, stretching the side, inhale. And then exhale, bring that back down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, back down. Last time. Left arm up and over. Bring the hand back down. Now the right hand comes across over to the left thigh for a twist. Your left hand is behind you with the heel of the hand towards your bottom and the fingertips to the back of the room. Sit up nice and tall, lengthen your spine. Inhale, and as you exhale, maybe you draw that left shoulder back just a bit. Coming out of the twist, take your left hand to the outside of the right foot or thigh, reaching as far as comfortable for you. Allow the back to round. Breathing in and exhale out. No pushing, no pulling, just allowing gravity to bring you closer to your thigh. And see if you can breathe into that inner thigh of the left hip. Feel the body soften a little more with each breath. Rise back up and face straight towards the extended leg. Walk your hands forward with a nice long spine. Take a breath in, grow the spine longer, and then allow yourself to melt towards the leg. Breath in and relax a little bit farther. Even the tiniest forward fold creates sensation. Now allow your body to rest. Tuck the chin to chest, round the back, and maybe you fold forward just a bit more. Carefully bring yourself back up to sitting, and we'll find our way to our backside. So swing your legs around. Come back to your back carefully and slowly. Knees bent, shoulders resting on the mat, hands by your sides. Now cross the right ankle over the left thigh just above the knee. And if this is where your body's happy, you could stay right here. Or maybe draw both legs in towards your chest, hands behind the thigh or to the shin. You could also use a strap here if you like to just drape over the knees. Maybe you sway side to side, or maybe you just hold still in the center. This is reclined figure 4. One of the most effective poses for releasing the outer hip and the piriformis, which can be a significant source of tightness and discomfort in our lower body. Release this pose, bring your feet back down to the floor, and bring your feet a little wider than your hips, maybe almost as wide as your mat. And then we'll windshield wipe the legs side to side, dropping to the left, to the right. Take your time, but take this at your own pace and your own rhythm. Bring your knees back to the center and walk your feet in. And we'll take that figure 4 on the opposite side. Left ankle comes crossed over the right thigh. Allow the knee to fall out to the side. You could stay here or draw the knees in towards your chest, hands behind your thigh or on your shin. And again, you could sway side to side, or maybe you prefer stillness here. Notice if this side feels a little different than the other side. Are there any areas of particular tightness? And if so, use your breath to breathe into that area. And as you exhale, soften and release, honoring your body where it is today. Release your legs and bring your feet back down to the floor. They could be as wide as your hips or wider, or maybe as wide as your mat. Windshield wipe the legs side to side, arms out to a T, dropping to the right and to the left. Take your time and enjoy the stretch from side to side. Maybe even take a moment of gratitude for this wonderful body that carries you through every single day. Knees back up to the center. Walk your feet in. And this time, shift your hips over to the left or right and bring yourself up to a table pose. And this is where you may want that folded blanket or towel to cushion the knees, and bring your 2 blocks along and just set them up at the top of the mat so they're ready for use. Now coming to your hands and knees in a tabletop position with the wrists beneath your shoulders and the knees beneath your hips. Once you're ready, extend the right leg out behind you with the toes pressed into the mat. Rock back as you stretch the calf and the foot. Rock forward and stretch the toes under your foot. Back, the full foot and calf. Forward, it's the toes. Back again. Notice that stretch in the full plantar fascia of the bottom of the foot. Now take that right hand and bring it into the center of your mat. Step the right leg forward so that the ankle is right over your knee. Back knee resting on your blanket or towel. The hips are squared forward. The ankle's right over the knee. Maybe you use your blocks here, or maybe you keep your hands on the floor. Lengthen the spine and drop the hips forward, allowing that beautiful stretch in the hip flexor. Keeping both hips facing forward. Shift the hips back now and straighten out that front leg for a hamstring stretch, and then come forward again. Rock back again. Gently, only going as far as feels good, not pushing, just allowing the body to wake up and start to stretch gently. Holding here, breathe in and out, relaxing into the stretch. Shift back again and we'll hold here. Maybe you walk the hands a little closer. Nice long spine. This could be with or without your blocks. Have a soft bend in that right knee. With every inhale, lengthen through the spine, and as you exhale, allow the chest to sink a little closer towards your thigh. Now bend the front knee and shift to the front again. You could use your blocks or hands on the floor. And breathe. Sink the hips back and bring that front leg back to table. And then child's pose. Drop the heels toward your bottom, knees as wide as you like, and arms up overhead. Nice breath in, exhale out, and come back to your table. We'll go to the other side. Knees under your hips and wrists under your shoulders. Extend the left leg back on your toes. Rock back as you stretch into the calf and the foot. Rock forward and stretch the toes under your foot. Back, stretch the full foot and calf, and then forward into the toes. Stretch back and hold this time. Feel that through the full plantar fascia in the bottom of the foot. And then bring that left leg forward to your low lunge. If your foot doesn't land in the right place, just use your hand to help scoot that foot so that the ankle is right under your knee. Using your blocks here to place underneath your hands and lift the torso up a bit. Sink the hips down, squaring the hips to the front, not leaning right, not leaning left. Shift back and straighten the left leg with the toes up and rock forward again. And then keep moving back and forth. Adjust the arms where you need to, keeping a soft bend in that front leg. And moving the hips forward and back. Now we'll hold at the front, square the hips. Spine is nice and long, shoulders down and back. Shift back and hold here. Maybe you walk the hands a little closer to your legs. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Exhale, relax your chest towards your thigh. Shift your lunge back to the front. And then bring that left leg back to table. And relax back into child's pose, knees apart, toes together. Drop your bottom towards your heel and rest your arms up overhead. Just allowing the belly to fall between the thighs and the hips as wide as they are comfortable for you. Lift your head and come back to your table as we prepare to come to a downward facing dog. Let's move our blocks aside and out of the way for now. From your table, tuck the toes behind you and lift the hips up to your downward facing dog. Maybe you pedal the feet a few times and adjust where you need to. And then settle both feet back and down on the mat. Lengthening the spine and just enjoying the stretch for a moment. Then look to your hands and walk your hands towards your feet and your feet towards your hands, being very careful if you still have the mat in front of you. Maybe hold here for a breath or two, and then halfway lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. It might feel good to sway side to side here, and you might like to have a block here just to support you a little bit as you sway. Holding here for another breath or two, deeply stretching the glutes and the outer hips. Bend the knees generously and walk the hands forward and walk your feet back to your downward facing dog. Stretching the chest towards your thighs. Inhale and exhale. Now drop the knees back down and come back to child's pose one more time. Knees nice and wide this time. Big toes together, and just allow your belly to fall between your thighs. And now bring yourself all the way up, and we'll switch to the back side of the body. Carefully come down to your back with the knees bent and your back all the way settled down on the floor. Start with the knees bent and settle the shoulders down and back on the mat. And then extend both legs out. Bring the hands together. Clasp the fingers and reach up overhead for a full body stretch. Take a nice deep breath in and maybe an open mouth exhale. Then bring the arms back down by your sides. Bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to fall out to the side for reclined butterfly. Palms up by your sides if you will. Soften and close your eyes and soften that space between your eyes. Soften your cheeks, your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Maybe you feel the belly rise as you inhale and sink down as you exhale. And with every exhale, you feel gravity gently opening the hips and the thighs. Now use your hands to bring your knees back to the center. Maybe walk your feet wider than your hips and allow the knees to knock in together for complete rest of the lower back and the hips. Just take a few breaths here, allowing stillness and rest. The hips are open, the body is soft. You have done beautiful work today. And now extend your legs out for your Savasana, or your favorite resting pose. Allow the legs to release long on the mat. Let the feet fall open naturally. Let the arms rest where they're comfortable. Close your eyes. Feel the weight of your body surrender into the mat beneath you. As you rest, I'll invite you to silently repeat these affirmations. I release all tension from my hips and allow ease. I move through life with grace and flexibility. I am calm, centered, and at peace. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And maybe draw your knees to chest. Notice how much more easily they come in now. Roll to one side and maybe rest there for a moment. And when you're ready, slowly press yourself back up to seated. You've finished day 2, 2 days in, and your hips thank you. Day 3 focuses on the lower back, a place so many of us hold tension. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this series. Namaste and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.